Good afternoon again, people. Here we are. Now, I have this mounted up on, I have my tablets mounted up on some tins that feed the pop can crusher. And what I'm doing here is notching out. I can't see my tablet from where I'm at, so I just have to narrate as best I can. So what I'm doing is notching out parts of the right wheel for the can crusher. So as you can see, depth, I've got at least one bandsaw blade, hacksaw blade depth. Let me see if we can get this in focus. So I've got a hacksaw blade, one depth ish. So what I did was I used the hacksaw, which has a nice handle on it, and I cut down. Of course, I had the belts off when I did this, so I didn't cut the brand new belts. So sawed back and forth all the way around, every other notch, every spot. So I popped these little tread parts off a while ago and decided to put a nice groove in here so it could then grab the side of the pop can, which it did here, so it would come in contact and grab it and pull it down and crunch. So this is also what one side will do manually. So as you can see, right about there is really when this little cog started to bite. And as you can see, it fits down in there quite nicely. I know it's hard to see from one angle, but it made it up in there pretty damn good, which is nice. So I went with it, and the reason for this video, since I have two hands here now, is to show you how I'm notching this out. So I have a nice sharp knife, and I hold everything nice and solid as best I can. I trim up the side. So as I go in, the foam, which this is one of the pieces from here, so it comes up, and as you can see, the foam just tears apart. It is decently flexible, so it's not really a dry foam, and the outer layer is very strong, kind of sort of hard to cut, but not impossible. And once cut, it takes a bit of effort to break it in half. So I come in here, kind of like carving a pumpkin, really. Stab away. I'll flip it over a little bit, working towards this back side here. Sawing action. And I have some different knives here to help me. This is an X-Acto knife with a nice flat tip at the end. So, and yes, these are kitchen knives. Nice new serrated, old serrated, but nice and sharp at the ends. And what I do is I use this 1200 grit diamond stone. I give it a nice little sharpening. And it works very well. Come in here right at the height of the belt, the pulley belt. Stab in the edge a little bit, and then work in, cutting the foam. Trying to stay as level as I can while I'm going through. So to see the action, this is pretty much what I'm doing. And flip it over and then go back. So that's what I'm doing in here. See if we can angle it better for the camera. First time doing this, so bear with me. First time doing it on camera, really. So not sure if the piercing of the foam can be heard, but I'll be quiet. And pop it from the sides. Make sure we're kind of cut up to each side here and here. And just pop it out like that. There'll be some left over. Either blow it out of the way. Use the knife to clean it up. I clean my mess after I'm done. Like every responsible adult does. No sense cleaning the mess up 1,000 times. Make your mess, clean it up when you're done. Handle the stuff as least amount of times as possible. And there we go. There's one tread cut. And just to come around here to see, there we go. So, just so I can see it on the tablet, even though I got two hands, but I'm over here behind the tablet. So it's just cutting around here, and I can try to do one so I can see what I'm doing on both the tablet and from the side of the tablet. So flip it over, try to stay level. And I'm not cutting the belt at all, just riding along in the top of it. No damage to the belt whatsoever. I widened out the pulley a little bit because the belt was sticking a little bit over. So that should help it. I had the tops of these things marked with marker to let me know which ones to cut into and which ones not to cut into. So here's some other pieces. Originally, why these are gone is I was just going to go with a little bit, see if it worked. It didn't really do much. You can see I did quite a few of them. And then we're back to just notching out the tread. And just imagine both of these wheels having the tread notched out. I had one tread notched out, and it was able to grab a can at a certain point and pull it through. I had 3 of these done, and it would catch the can and pull it through if it caught in the right spot. Once all these things are gone, it should have no problem catching and grabbing the can and pulling it through so it can get crushed. There we go. Pop goes the tread. Now that one popped out pretty good. Some are messy, some are pretty good. Do another one. Since they really don't take too long. But I'm going just a little bit faster for the camera so you guys don't get bored. I don't play music on my videos because I want you to hear what's going on. I've been asked numerous times if I would like to download some of their free music to play on my videos. YouTube offers quite enough free music, so thank you for the offers, people, but no thanks. No hard feelings, just not needed. I appreciate the videos that don't play music over top of what they're doing. As a machinist and a worker, I like hearing the sounds of things that are being done. It's music to my ears. It may not be to everyone else, but it's me. I like it. And there we go. That one pulls out, a little hairy. All depends on how good you do on the inside. And if you do a crappy job, you just clean it up. The inside foam is relatively decent, sort of brittle. It's polyurethane foam. But at Harbor Freight I did find some 16-inch solid rubber wheels for $33 and change plus tax. Freaking Amazon wanted $76 for the same wheel. Believe that. Plus shipping too. No prime on it. So literally from Harbor Freight I can get a 16-inch wheel, 5/8 bearing hole for 33 change. Now the hub, it's not metal, it's plastic, but since I'm mounting through the wheel anyway, it doesn't really seem to matter if it's metal, plastic, whatever, as long as it ain't cardboard. So as you can see, no pun intended and no time flat, a few treads can be done. Just trying to slice and dice a little bit better so it doesn't look so crappy as the other one. I'll slide it in here, open the ends up a little bit. And I'll check the knife for dullness. You know, you wouldn't think polyurethane would dull stuff, but things happen. So there's a piece right as it pulled out. Clean up the furries. And when I want to sling some of the extra stuff around, I turn on the unit, I'll let it spin a little bit. All the loose stuff is now gone. So as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more to go. So not bad, but you all get the gist. And when I'm done, I will send a video of it all nice and grooved. And I will try one wheel at a time and see how that goes. I'll take the tablet down. So as you can see here, I have one wheel ungrooved, unnotched, unmarkered, brand is new, no humongous grooves in it. And here's the depth seen pretty much right down to the pulley, which is fine. So to give you a nice side view, if you stuck around long enough for the video, this is your bonus treat. So if the can was in here, can was in there, you can see how it would bite. Let me just kind of move this a little bit. You can see how the cog or the tread would bite into it. Now when I used both my hands, I also moved this wheel, and that helped push it into here. Just try to turn this around. Slight mind of its own. Okay, so it's in there, and then the tooth bites it. and just use two hands here. So that damage from the can is from one of the three tread parts that I had going. So there's a little better, see if I can get the tablet closer. There's a little better view. So it's just right. I'll put a part of the can here. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. So as you can see, when the can gets here, this part right there bites onto the can just above that radius, which leads it to crush in. Get this lined up just right. Crush in, and then the whole thing crush, big bada boom. So obviously, if I were to drop in a new can, if it goes too fast, it just runs off to the side. But with the other wheel coming in and then coming like that, it works pretty decent. But what we can try is a tiny test run. Move my knives out of the way, so you don't want that falling in. Move the sharpener away. So there's the little table. These are the leftovers that I cut off with a hub, so the pulley could fit nice and flush. Plug this part back in, make sure that's off. Plug this in. This one goes to this motor. And this switch goes to this motor and wheel. So this is a master, this is for this wheel. So if I turn it on, there we go. Everything's running decent. You can see the treads, the grooves. So, uncrushed can. Now, it may catch on the side, it may go like this, it may go like that. We'll find out. Okay, drop it in 3, 2, 1. That's tits. There's the can. And my garbage mess. I'll turn this off. Show you them stopping. Almost at the same time. Beautiful. So here is the crushed can. Not exactly flat, but obviously crushed, yeah, but not terrible, you know, considering. But my guess is because when everything comes through, and gets crushed, that these wheels flex just a little bit, and if I were to cinch that up, maybe like they just barely touch. Reaching in here to get the can out. There we go. So here's the back of the can. So here's how it looked. It takes the can and does a decent, okay job, but it's not super flat. I mean, yeah, I could take it, step on it, and make it flatter. Get this thing to focus, I can make it flatter, but that would take the whole fun out of making this if I could just crush it with my feet. So there's all the cans. Well, some of them. But here's the pieces, and they go in my chip box. Ta-da! Nice, simple, easy. So you've all seen how the grooves are cut, literally by hand, each and every single one of them. No automated, no nothing, no Sawzall, even though I have one. But I have a few more to go, and then that wheel's all notched. And as you can see, even with, let's get it right here, so you can see the grooves here and right there on the wheel. Almost, I would say 75% done. And it took that can first time right through, took it, did good. I'm sure if I get to close that gap up with just a little bit more, it'll be running perfectly. So I unplugged this one. I just hang the plug right there, so when I need to, I can just turn that wheel on, turn it off, turn off the master. And if this lights, I know it's bright, if that light's not on, this stuff don't work. There, I turn the light off, turn the motor on, master on, motor on and off, motor's on, master is on and off. Now if I turn the light on, which is this light switch behind me, it turns on. Light off, motor off, light on. A nice safety feature. So if the big overhead light's not on, this can't work. So anyway, I hope you liked this little 20+ minute video showing how I grooved the grooves in the wheel, and I will finish this up, and I don't really need to show it again in this video because we already showed it once, and obviously I'm getting redundant and going on and on because I'm running out of things to say. So I will back up and show a backed up video. Mainly it's for thumbnail, showing the wheel all nice and grooved, and the thumbnail is for Facebook. And yes, I did cover up the motor so dirt and debris doesn't get into the vented motor. They're expensive. I don't feel like buying one. I don't have the money for it. I only have so many motors that are hand-me-downs. So anyway, this is a back pose for Facebook thumbnail. I have to wait a few seconds in order for them to auto-select it. I only get 10 things to choose from. And I will catch you guys later. Keep on crushing. Bye-bye.